I believe we are ready. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, what is up? How you doing? Bernard, what is up? Harry, hey JB, welcome back. Oh boy, oh boy. We had some fun times today, didn't we? We had some fun times today. You know, between nuclear submarines getting into position, jobs market collapsing, almost like I mentioned. I love the vindication. Love it. Because, you know, so many people are like, job market strong. Been saying it for months. It's not strong. I feel good about it. I mean, I don't feel good about people not finding a job, but, like, I'm glad we got some real data today. Really glad. Those revisions, whew, so terrible. Oh, it was great. Oh, it was great. Oh, man. So good. Alright, we're going to keep things in the same fashion. I'm going to show you the trade that I'm currently in, and then we're going to go into basically the top coins that we've been focusing in on, because, you know, you guys are probably going to request plenty of things. Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here early, and I'm going to enjoy my evening. Because right now, we're seeing, are we going to catch a bounce, or are we going to keep going into Valhalla? Dog and me and Treehouse. What is okay, sure. Dog and me and tree. Got you covered there. Got you covered there. So trade I got into bonk. I'm on a 20x long based off the 4 hour. The 4 hour previous level of support acting as support. We have confirmed a level. So that is a great thing. We are in this downtrend. Looks like we're going to get some resolution to this thing sooner than later. And the best part is the RSI. RSI showing triple bullish divergence. I guess, yeah, no, triple. So low, lower low, lowest low, bunch more strength in here. So I did take this long. I think I might have gotten into this a little early because of the 15 minute, but looking at the 4 hour, looking at the 1 hour, I was like, how could I pass this up? And then I looked at the 15 minute. Well, that's how. Still haven't technically put in a higher low yet, but we did put in a nice level of support here that we got back above. We also have this level that could be acting as major resistance for now in the short term, but it looks pretty good. Going into the 15 minute. Now, this is where I said, looks a little dicey. We are in a very well established downtrend. What once acted as support is now acting as resistance. This is kind of set up in a nice way that I would normally short this, but, you know, I'm kind of reading the room. Looking at the 5 minute. Now, the 5 minute, we're in the bullish control zone, and we're chopping around. We're back above the 50 simple, so I'm thinking this has an opportunity of pushing us to the upside. If we lose this uptrend right here, I'm more than likely going to get out of my trade for minimal losses. More than likely. So that's where we're at. I'm going to put an alert there. If this happens while I'm live streaming, I'm probably just going to exit out of my trades and then wait for this thing to settle down. But I think it should go up. So we'll see if it can break out or not. We will see. Sleep. BTC is always on the... Sure, we'll look at it. Sure. Today's list that I got for you guys. We're going to be checking out Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Doge. If you did not hear your particular asset, which I doubt you did, you guys can always request it. Remember the rules, ladies and gentlemen. For non-members, 2 requests per person. For members, 3 requests per person. If you want any more than that, it's going to be a $5 dono. Okay? I really want you guys to start utilizing some of the other free tools, like this crazy thing called Discord. Also, we're out here learning how to do TA live on stream every single day. I do a very simple method, so I do think you guys could copy it. I really do think you could copy it. But that's just me. Just me. Ergo proxy. Alright, we'll check out some Ondo for you. Ondo. Alrighty. So, with all that being said, let's keep on getting into this. All the federal workers on severance are finally getting into jobs numbers. I mean, sure, there's that. But also, let's face it, they've been fudging the numbers. Let's be real. 100,000 jobs just disappeared in a month? We serious? 100,000? Brother, the revisions are what made this jobs report such a bombshell. Because it's like, you have Jerome Powell on Wednesday, jobs market strong, we're fine. Followed by, yeah, bring out the dunce cap. Man, that guy, he has been blind to the data for a year. For a year straight, he basically has said, I don't really care about data anymore. We're leaving rates high. It's sad. It's honestly sad. He's like, we have a dual mandate. He doesn't care about the dual mandate, obviously. The only thing he cares about is this fear that tariffs might cause some form of inflation. Fun fact, any economist or any average Joe could tell you, if people can't pay, there's no inflation. Capitalism wins. Oh, jobs are diminishing. Every single large company talking about, hey, we're going to be laying people off. We're going to find out ways to get AI to take all their jobs. And they're like, nah, we're good. Stupid. So yeah. Anyways, that has been my entire argument. Every single time I hear, oh, tariffs are going to cause inflation. Tariffs going to cause... I'm like, how? How? If you can't pay it, good luck, company. You're going out of business. Period. You're going out of business. If people can't pay, out of business. That's the best part about capitalism. So, yeah, it should... Oh, goodness gracious. Don't worry, Julius, and, I got Turbo and Pengu. I got you both. I got you both. Turbo, Pengu. We will be checking those out for you guys. Don't you worry. But yeah, it's absolute... I'm not allowed to say that word. It's not smart for an attorney out there to not understand the basics. You have people doing buy now, pay later for groceries, for food, and you're worried, oh no, they might spend more on goods that they don't need. Are we serious? Oh, lenders, they're not lending as much. Well, that's fine because, our credit conditions aren't as bad as last year. That's because people don't have access to credit. They burned through their opportunity of credit and they defaulted. Now they can't get more credit. We had the biggest gigs economy ever in American history. Guess what happens when they're out of work? Oh, now they don't qualify for unemployment. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I don't understand how these people can be paid so much to be this stupid. I don't get it. I don't understand. I got you on Perpy. I got you. Anyways, that was my rant for the night. I'm sure you guys came for some TA. So let's go ahead and check out Bitcoin. So Bitcoin on the daily. Noted, I made a static video about this earlier. So if you guys saw the static video, congratulations. Let's see how many people actually took the time to go look at it. I'm guessing it's a low number. 33 people. Okay, yeah, 33. We have usually more in a live stream than views on the video. Crazy nonsense. So what I was pointing out in my video here, we actually hit the 1272, which is cool, but that's just the start of the profit-taking zone. We could be looking at $111,574. That would also coincide with this beautiful box right here, where we should possibly find a lot of support. We also have this longer term uptrend here that is holding us up for the time being. Until we break that uptrend, we're still bullish, guys. We're still bullish. Everybody out there talking about, oh my god, we're going to zero. Idiots. idiots. I doubt it's stupidity. I think it's intentional. At this point, it has to be intentional because it's like getting 100% wrong answers. There's no way to do that statistically unless you know all the answers. So you deserve 100%. So it's like, goodness gracious, it has to be by design. Has to be. I want to know where Jerome Powell works after this. I know he's in his 70s, but goodness gracious. It's just like Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler's now working for BlackRock. Go figure. The corruption. Bull run is over. Oh, okay, and yep, it's over. It's all-time highs. It's over. Totally over. We're done. It's over. We got pack it up, guys. We're going to zero. Get out of here while you can. Take your leave. We haven't put in a lower high on the daily, but it's over. It's over right now. No lower highs on the daily. We're good. Sell it all off, guys. Comments like that. Unreal. Alright, anyways, very low stochastics. We're dragging our nuts on the ground. The last time we did that was back over here. We still got a smidgen more downside, which it looks a lot like, it looks really familiar here. So who knows, maybe we do this, actually get a lower high, and then we dip down further. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Retire already. Same thing with Elizabeth Warren and Nancy Pelosi. Did you see Nancy Pelosi was arguing for, there's nothing wrong with insider trading, and then also Elizabeth Warren falling in just while standing. She fell over. Priceless. I love X for these little clips. It's great. I'm wiping my tears in dollars. Yeah. Oh my god, we're gonna be so broke. It doesn't make any sense. XDC, got you covered. XDC. We got you covered there. What's up, Jim? How you doing? How you doing? So yeah, right now we're sitting pretty. We're sitting pretty. We just, I think we're gonna come down here and test this eventually. I don't think the Bears or the Bulls are going to allow this thing to fall down there just right away. But it could get there eventually. I think they're going to try and stop out some of these Bears and then let it fall. People said Waller was just kissing Trump's butt. He was vindicated today. Man said U6 painted an ugly picture of the jobs market for a reason. Yeah, he was absolutely right. And it was funny when I saw him talking. I was like, wow, one of those guys actually... His hair's not brown because it's not that far up his butt. That's great. That's awesome. Kind of crazy. Watch Pocahontas fall on a constant loop for a good 20 minutes. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. So much insider trading. Gavin Newscomb is bad too. Nancy Pelosi nephew. How you buy a $10 million home with government portal? Yeah, government payroll, buying that, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I find it funny how people think they are the only two insider trading in Congress. No, they're just the main ones. So most traders and investors, they want Pelosi to stay there. Because they're like, nah, I'm trying to become a multi-millionaire. Leave her in there. Because she has to say what things she's buying. I don't care if she's front-running me. I'm getting in there. She's a heavy hitter. So it's fine. But, you know, the insider trading probably goes both ways. It's just the Republicans seem to be a lot worse at it. They're just a lot worse at it. They all are? Yeah, I find it funny how people think. Okay, yeah. Isaac Newman got destroyed in stocks because of insider trading. This is not new, right? Sorry, Sir Isaac Newton. That's pretty funny. All right. So anyways, Bitcoin on daily. It looks fine. Absolutely fine. Bitcoin on the 4-hour. We managed to get oversold. So we're waiting for a bounce. What's likely to happen is a 50% retrace at least. So what could that possibly look like? Possibly getting us back up to $115,823. That's a possibility before we make this next little leg down. If it goes a little higher, we're looking at the 618, but I'm looking at a possible 1.76. Maybe we come all the way up 2.4% to the upside. If Bitcoin decides to go up 2.4%, your little trash can coins are going to rally hard. Really hard. So, I mean, their retracements are substantial. Like, for instance, with Bonk, it's a 25% common retrace. And that's what I'm trading. A common retrace. I'm not even going for higher highs. Just a retrace. It's no big deal. So, yeah, anyways, Bitcoin doesn't look that bad. It was kind of weird today. So if we look at it on the daily here, you can tell the dollar gained a lot of strength because right here, down 2.13% on the day. But if we go to the euro, it was down 3.48%. Absolute craziness that the dollar gained that much on the euro. Absolutely just wild. Let's go ahead and check out our liquidation heat map. Let's see the devastation that occurred today. So on the 24-hour, oh boy. Yeah, there's like no more liquidity down here. All of it's overhead, but let's just see the carnage. On the 24, you got 143 million, 142 million, 150 million. Dang, all that wiped out. All of that wiped out. Not to mention this one right here, 111 million. That's so much in a day. That's so much in a day. Newton sold. Then bought the top at the newly acquired Fortune. The chart for South Sea Company looks like XRP 2017. Straight up, straight down. That is wild. What's more funny is people think Congress still represents them. Congressmen are your boss when it should be the other way around. True. True statement. True statement. See, this is one thing I mentioned before. I feel like at the end of their terms, we should have another vote. And if they did a bad job, they go to jail. I mean, how great would that be? Just 20 years in jail for doing a bad job. And we all have to vote on it, so it's democratic. Anyways, if you look at the weekly for Bitcoin, there's no more liquidity to the downside. It's gone. So that's kind of positive. If they want any liquidity, you're gonna have to start getting longs to build up down here, but they've been absolutely decimated. So looks like all the liquidity is to the upside. Did you run that suggestion by AI Pack first? No, I didn't. Not at all. But honestly, I think that would be the easiest way to rule out a lot of that corruption and start getting some good policies made. I feel like that would work. Anyways, that's Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and check out Ethereum. Ethereum did a real bad thing. It did a real bad thing. I'm kicking myself. Sold my MSTZ yesterday at 10% loss. Missed 20%. I don't know if I should start shorting again, but the dip seems way too oversold. Yeah, it's going to look pretty oversold after... Because remember, Wall Street not only overreacts, you get the leverages to start getting liquidated. It creates a very sharp drop. So you got to wait for the retrace. And then, hey, things still look like they want to roll over. That's fine. Let them roll over. But gotta wait for the bounces. Never catch a falling knife, guys. Never catch a falling knife. Tariffs were an easy short. I guess they were. So, right now on the daily for Ethereum, we had this absolute beautiful uptrend here on the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, nice uptrend. We have broken it with a candle low close. If we do bounce to the upside, I mean, in reality, we're whoa, dude. Okay, I just want this. Just give me. Okay. So if we do catch a bounce, I mean, the high point, maybe we come back up to 3,000. What is this? 484. Maybe. It's a big maybe because we did get oversold on the 4 hour. But then, of course, we're going to have all of those people. Hidden bullish divergence. We're going to the moon, baby. Woo! You know, because they live down south. And that's what it is. Because the hidden bullish divergence is real. last time we were down here, we were in the bullish control zone. Now we're oversold. So, you know, hidden bullish divergence acquired. Isn't August historically red, though? I don't know. It doesn't matter about history. In history, we never had spot ETFs. So, I don't think that history really matters anymore. You need to compare it to the stock market now. That's really what you got to do. And historically, Bitcoin has been red in July the most. But, yeah, we'll see. Stock market usually is not red in July, so all of a sudden, oh, Bitcoin had a bullish month, a really bullish month. If we do get a red month, I don't think it matters. Realistically, I don't think it matters because I think it's going to be chopping sideways at best. But if we get rid of Chair Powell or we get emergency rate cuts, yeah, we good. We good, bro. We good. Buffett said it best. Pass a law that says anytime there is a deficit of more than 3% of GDP, all members are ineligible for re-election. That would work. That would work. But you'd be better served by watching quarters. Wall Street rotation seasonally. Interesting. Never thought about that. You know, thanks for the insight, Jim. I never actually thought about doing that. That's probably a smart way of doing things. MACD, stochastic, cross in 4 hours spooked me. Tariffs I assumed would have been delayed or brushed off like it always did. Yeah, maybe. Looking for midweek reversal next week, leading into a full moon. Leading to the full moon. We're out here moon trading. This is why meme coins run. That right there. How you doing, Celinda? Welcome in. Hopefully you're having a fantastic evening. Hopefully you had some shorts in place. And yeah, you're ready to have a great weekend. I do think the weekend, some of these meme coins are going to run pretty well because there's no chance of shorting them right now. They're too low. They're oversold. There's all the opportunity of shorting is when they move up. Anyways, so that's Ethereum. Let's check out XRP because for some reason people throw their money into trash. Yeah, XRP. Looks like 9% downside. XRP got oversold down here, and now we're not. So we do have bullish divergence on the 4 hour, but we are below that very key $3 level. XRP I still think should go to 0, but hey, people are buying into this sell pressure. And we do have a slightly higher low. So this could start getting its retracement. I begrudgingly say that. Begrudgingly. Anyways, we could find ourselves back up to $3.11 or even as high as $3.16. Then we have to wait and see if we test something or if XRP is going to do what it normally does and don't back test a thing. So we'll see. We'll see. Wouldn't bad jobs numbers suggest rate cuts? If so, why are people mad if the numbers got judged massively? Oh, we're mad because the Fed should have cut rates. And they're citing a strong labor market for months on end why they're not cutting rates. That's the reason. The rate cuts should have already come, but now we're looking at recession. And it's a jobs recession, the worst type of recession. Because that means we go into deflation bad. And it's like really bad because to build those jobs back up, it's really hard. It's like really hard to build those jobs back up. So we would prefer some other type of recession, you know, housing collapse recession. That's fine. Auto market collapsing like it is currently. That's fine. We can bounce back from those. But when people lose their jobs and they are incapable of spending in a consumer-based economy, that's really bad. It is really, really bad. You would prefer a 3% inflation over no jobs. Because you can fix the inflation later, just make sure the jobs market stays healthy. Right now the jobs market not healthy. It's not good. It's really not good. XDC, daily falling wedge, cool. You already did the TA, why are we looking at it? Why are we going to look at it? If you already did it, what are we doing here? All right, TLT looking to toppy for me. To get in and SOXS, I'm so torn between holding that short for a while. Interesting. Members resigning too. Yeah, the members are resigning because they're getting pressure from everywhere and they all look like idiots right now. Anybody who did not dissent in this last FOMC meeting just doesn't look smart. They look terrible. They look absolutely terrible. Pumpkin people, if you guys didn't know, we are currently in a 10x long on Bonk. For those of you who didn't know. 10x long on Bonk, currently up 4.9%. Actually, let's check in over here. Currently up 10% on WEEX, and over here we are up 6% over here. All right, great. So I want to see you do it because you're the GOAT at TA, I hear. Yeah, that's a lie. I'm the worst at TA. You shouldn't listen to a word I say. This is all for entertainment value. That's why you laugh so damn much. What I lack in good TA, I make up for in humor. Yeah, if you're laughing a lot, trust me, the TA is terrible. Only 2 dissenting votes, both called stooges. Had me furious, right? It's terrible. Trump gets to pick a new member now, though. That's true. He does get to pick a new member. He does. Absolutely true. Those were some of the worst jobs revisions in history. It actually was, because it was within 2 months. Within 2 months. Like, how do you mess up that bad? So, Trump firing whoever was in charge of that, good. Like, you should not be collecting a paycheck for that terrible job. Like, holy moly. Alright, moving on from XRP. Because, for those of you who didn't understand, I think it could possibly get up into this range. However, you would have to break out of this downtrend. I'm still leaning toward the downside of getting us to this choppy zone over here. About a 9% drop from where we are. Can we look up GOAT? Sure, Case say hey, I got you. GOAT. Got you covered there, brother. Mr. T would have been impressed. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Alright, moving on here. We got Soul. I don't know why I typed it. It's on my watch list. I could have just clicked on it. Solana here. If you guys watched my video earlier, you heard me say the words. We could possibly come down to 145. This wick low got us to the 1272 almost, which is usually the beginning of the profit taking levels. Who knows? Maybe we actually bounce out of here and we look better than ever, but this is a really nasty downtrend to try and get out of. We could chop around to this thing all the way until August 12th. So I do believe this 12% to the downside more than likely could happen as we get a third touch on this trend line. So we'll see if it can hold or not, but I'm not too optimistic on this one. We're oversold on the 4 hours, so of course we're looking for that retrace. The retrace, where I would expect a lot of resistance, would be right at this level right here at $177. That's where I think we'll find a lot of resistance. Joke, cause you the GOAT. Oh boy. Oh boy. If you think it's bad in the US, you haven't seen Canada. No, I haven't seen Canada, haven't been to Canada, and the only interactions I've ever had with Canada are Canadians coming down here to play rugby against me, and they were jerks. So, Canada could be our beloved 51st state. Alright, if there's one, let's see it. No, there is GOAT. GOAT is an actual crypto. We will look at it. They did have a bunch of federal employees that took a buyout of sorts from Doge. They could be hitting the books now. 100,000 of them. If there were 100, that's some outlandish level of bloat. That should have got it. 100,000 of them. Jeez, insanity. Also, you were right, Porky. STX didn't even sell off today. Tried to go up. Well, that's great. I'm glad I was right. I'm glad I was right. Hopefully you made some money off that. Don't forget where you heard it first. Alberta wants it. I mean, I hear it's like Canada / Alberta. It's like, here's Canada, the US, and Alberta is like our stepchild. Like, they really want to be US citizens. So I find that interesting. Dogecoin, once again, on my freaking watch list. Let's check out Doge here. Now, Doge is in a very, very precarious spot. I'm Canadian. I would like to join America, please. It's pretty funny. Watch out. I think we have a little more cancer than you do. So watch out. It's a battle we didn't mean to win, but here we are. Only if they take California and trade. Hey, I will not become a Canadian dick. I will not. I refuse.
Letting you know, she likes my cinnamon Pop-Tart.
Why are you having a cinnamon Pop-Tart right now?
She wanted some right now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm letting you know she likes it.
All right.
You want to try a morning something different.
Love you. You're from Alberta. Oh boy, Alberta is like Montana, I hear. That's interesting. That actually sounds nice. Only if they... No. I refuse to be a Canadian. Alright, anyways, the area in which Dogecoin's finding support, it's kind of fantastic, if I'm being honest, because we have this absolute strange area that was acting as support, became a resistance till it broke through. Now it's formally backtesting. So really strange area to find some bids. We're almost... I mean, we barely tapped into that oversold territory. Texas are too crazy here. Taxes are too crazy there. Man, I guess California's the exact same. Taxes here are nuts. Anyways, I would be looking to see if this thing can break out of its downtrend or not. But yeah, Dogecoin's in a very interesting spot. This could be super hyper bullish, or could get pooped on. We're going to see if we catch that bounce. If we do, then we do have a common retrace to be looking forward to, getting back up to 25,314. So that's an opportunity there. Check out the daily here. Oh, back in that bearish control zone, still above the 50 simple. So realistically, Dogecoin does have an opportunity of running to the upside, even if it's a lower high. This could be a very substantial move right now, and we would be looking at something like 24%. Possibilities are there. We have to wait and see what happens by tomorrow. Alts look really strong from this move today. Well, that's because they were in the gutter. It's really hard to make them go lower. Really, really hard to make oversold objects go into nothingness. Anyways, that was Dogecoin. That's all I got for you. Let's go ahead and check out Perpy. Checking out Perpy. So Perpy, just hanging out here. So we mentioned it possibly could go down and touch this 3573. At this point, I'm just waiting for it. Just waiting for it. Confirm your low and then get moving. If you lose this level, toaster strudel. It's not looking good. I think Canada does worse GDP than America's worst state, while also cost of living is like California. So that's all you need to know about Canada. That's rough. That is rough. The saga, right? Problem with Canada is if all of Canada is the 51st state, the millions of Indian slave labor Canada bought in will take more American jobs. I am not worried about that. America figured out what to do with all of the Indians to make sure they're all employed. We give them their plot of land and they own casinos. Problem solved. They employ each other. It's fine. Hit 359 earlier. That's great. That's awesome. I mean, yeah, we're down here. We're not oversold yet. That's a little bit of the problem. We're not quite oversold. But if we do catch a bounce, I mean, TA still stands. Still stands. Same area you're still aiming at. The saga continues. Alright, Goat. Goatius Maximus. Alberta carries the country. Really? That's wild. If you thought your H1B virus were bad. Oh boy. I don't even know what the H1B virus is, if I'm being honest. Is that one of the flus? Is that what that is? Alright, Godius Maximus. Let's clear the chart real quick. Let's see what we got here. So we do have a level of support right here, and it held as support. Sweet! If this is a higher low, this might be the best opportunity to buy into GOAT. It might actually be the best opportunity to buy GOAT. Because if we maintain this higher low... Wait, hold on, hold the phone. No, it's higher, damn. Thought it was lower. It's one of the cancers. Oh, really? I don't know. We got plenty of cancer out here. Bird flu. That's what it is. Yeah, Alberta got those resources. Welcome to the U.S. That's pretty funny. You know, it was actually funny today. Someone asked me while I was training them. They're like, hey, why do you think we moved a nuclear sub into water close to Russia? And it was funny because at first I was like, you need to rephrase that, because not only did we move a nuclear sub in close to Russia, it's a sub that is capable of launching nukes. And then she was like, whoa, what? I was like, yeah, there's a big difference. Because a nuclear sub, that just means it doesn't have to refuel. It just runs forever. But a nuclear sub that has the capability of launching nukes, now that's a contender right there. 2 subs, not 1, brother. That's true. 2 of them. But, you know, in case they take 1 out, we will use the other. But, yeah, it was funny. I was like, nah, I think we're just rattling the cage. It was like, you don't think we'd go to war with Russia? And then it was funny, and I was like, well, you know, we did sign that mineral deal. If they mess with our minerals, we're probably going to go to war with Russia. Don't mess with our minerals. If it comes out of the ground and we want it, just walk away. Just walk away. Or Visa, bird flu, or Visa. That's pretty interesting. H1B is pretty bad. Giving major tech companies an excuse to initiate mass firings and layoffs. Wait, what? That's crazy. So right now at a GOAT, I could see a possible 39% move to the upside. If it continues and gets a breakout, we could see 96% to the upside. Kind of wild, kind of crazy, but hey, kind of attractive, don't you think? Anyways, this is Godius Maximus right now, looking pretty darn sauced up, as long as it can stay above 0.8213. That's the only stipulation here. Stay above that level, we're good. So yeah, go GOAT. Go GOAT! Anyways, dog and me. Canada, also a major epicenter of gold mining. Only South Africa rivals it. Wow, really? Well, maybe that's why you have gold rush out there in Montana. And Alaska with the new people diving into the water. Maybe Russia tested a nuke underwater last week deliberately. Do you think that's why their volcano exploded? That would be interesting. That would be interesting. And also, I survived the tsunami, everyone. We had 2-foot waves. It was epic. It was pretty lackluster, just like the hurricane we had last year or year before. It was sad. Just sad. Might be a good power move because Russia's former press instigated with nuclear comments, and now Putin can come in and erase the tension and get a deal done. Yeah, that's true. He could do that. But you know, Putin, that guy is stubborn. Very stubborn. I don't know if he'll budge based off that. Dog and me, maintaining support. This is good. Now, you gotta re-break out. That's unfortunate. You're in that bearish control zone. That's good. That's positive. Let's check your 4-hour here. 4-hour, almost oversold. Not quite there. But this wick gives you hope. You got some hope out here, buddy. You got some hope. So let's see if we can break out over the weekend. Maybe, just maybe, you get a nice golden retrace. Let's pull this on down. That could lead you right back up to 6366. We'll see if it can do it. But I don't know if right now is the time to get into things like this. This is super risk on, so I wouldn't really recommend buying it right now. I would wait for the breakout, the back test, the higher low, and then a higher high before I'd even feel comfortable trying to get in here. Because this, obnoxious. Absolutely obnoxious. I would not want to be in this right now. Personal thoughts. Anyways, moving right along, we have Tree, which don't know what this is. So Tree House. There we go. Tree House. What the hell, man? MSFT and WDC. Got you covered there, brother. Got you covered. Got you covered. Is there more data anywhere? No, this thing's new as shit. What did you want me to do with this? Realistically, this is a 4-hour time frame. Maybe you don't go to 0. You're probably going to 0, or as close to 0 as possible. High probability. No problem, Jim. Anytime. It's right off inception price. The market got nuked. Descending triangle. Ew, gross. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I don't want to dig no more holes, Grandpa. I don't want to dig no more holes. You're not oversold. That's the worst part. That's actually the worst of it. You have this mediocre little uptrend that you tried to bearishly backtest as well. That's unfortunate. You're going to need an adult. Anyways, I would be looking for something down here. 38, 33 would be the target. Let's see what happens. But I don't think it's time for this level of risk. It doesn't feel like this level of risk it doesn't feel like the right time. Maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday, maybe Tuesday. Right now, nah, dog, nah. I can see another 20% downside. Russia being dummies. Trump wanted to trade with them, as we do almost none currently. Could have been a big economic win for them. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know what? They're focused on taking land. So when you're trying to take land, you don't got time for that stuff. Well, it made a big green wick, so it's definitely a tree. That's pretty funny, actually. These DeFi launches give me hives. VCs love to snipe and sell coins for months. That's true. That's true. They're just milking the audience who thinks that it's a good buying opportunity. Let it drop down to 0. Let it flatten out. Let it do whatever. As soon as you get a lower high, get the hell out of there. Just get out of there. But it could, you're right, it could go up. It could. We have better opportunities out there. Better opportunities. This doesn't look like one of those. I'm calling Russia and US trade deal Sunday. Maybe. I would love if Russia tried to press us and we launched one nuke. Or not a nuke, just one interesting looking missile close to Putin's house. And then he sits there and he's like, what? And followed up with, you've been going against our hand-me-downs. Do you want to go against the real thing? And he goes, all right. You got me. All right. That's what I would do. You know, show some true strength out there and be like, we could take you with drones. And like, we could what? We don't have to send one soldier. That would be the ultimate flex. Ultimate flex. MSTF. FT. Okay. Alright. Microsoft. Let's go out to the monthly, because this is for Jim. Jim loves months. God, absolutely insane. Still looking for 565 to play out. However, massive monthly bearish divergence. You did not cancel it out. That could have been a top. That honestly could be the blow off top. Let's check the weekly. Oh my god. What? Shooting star reversal weekly candle. Oh no. Oh, that looks so bad. That looks so bad. Let's check the daily. Oh no. The daily's no better. You even try. Hold on. You canceled out the daily bearish divergence? Oh my god. Still overbought, but wow. It's amazing. Holy moly. Holy moly. I mean, maybe we get a gap fill. Maybe we come back down to 389 or something. If sellers show up, holy guacamole. That's actually insane. So right now, technically speaking, your target is to get up to 565. Who knows? Maybe Monday is a better day. We push it up or something. But I would likely see this thing coming down to 489. Likely. Very, very likely. That weekly candle looks nasty. 6.5% downside. What is this, like a $3 trillion company? It's ridiculous. So 6% is massive losses. Trump is definitely trying to rattle Putin's cage. Subs that fire nukes are built and designed to stay hidden. Only reason we the public know their location is because they want to be seen and heard. That's true. 100% true. Not wrong. Not wrong. Yeah, it's not wrong at all. The daily looked so weird, I just avoided it entirely. Probably a really smart move to avoid it entirely. Probably a really smart move. It went to 4 trillion, sold off hard once it got there. But second company in history to do it. Wow, 4 trillion. And the entirety of the crypto space is at 3. The entirety of crypto is not as expensive as Microsoft. And people say we're not early. Holy crap. Oh, it's amazing when you think about that, right? Oh, you can't make any money from Bitcoin. Look at its market cap. And then it's like, Microsoft. Jesus. It's priceless to me. Priceless. Anyways, moving on from that one. That looks insane. We got WDC. WDC. Oh, well, there's no real use case for crypto right now. The main use case is the fact that it's not being inflated as much as the dollar. That's really the use case. Being able to inscribe things on the blockchain, kind of nice. I honestly think tokenized stocks are going to force a lot of these alts to tighten their game up. That's really true. As soon as you get tokenized stocks, good luck to the mass majority of these altcoins. They are toast. WDC, I mean, we're aiming for $84, but we already hit our target at 72. Just when backtest. The fuck? You're overbought. I would prefer if it came back down to 69.93. You know, backtest something. My goodness. Overbought on the weekly. Let's check the monthly. Not overbought on the monthly. It could keep going. Tokenized stocks and XDC. I doubt they'd do that. Random new like shitcoin. They'd probably put tokenized stocks on. They really like the Solana network, but in reality, I hate to say it, would probably be smartest to do it on AVAX or Atom. One of those two. They're like layer zeros. You can make your own chain to handle all of that. Just saying. Just saying. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, WDC. If you keep running, $84. Looks like it's going to be the target, but come down a little bit. Even coming down to 57.53 makes a lot of sense, but geez, this thing took off. Don't really know what else to say about it, Jim. Just it's up there on the daily. Canceled out. Nope, you have bearish divergence. That is massive bearish divergence. Holy guacamole. Yeah, I'd be looking for a nice little retrace. Hey, come back here. Nice little retrace, possibly from this point here. If it does come down, I'm looking for 63.92. 63.92 would be a really good spot. Yo, what's up, Flat Smack? How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, that's what I see out of that. Let's move on. Let's move on. We got Ondo. Ondo. Ondo looks great on the daily. It actually looks fantastic. Sitting right on top of his 50 simple moving average, tight moving averages on the daily. This is beautiful. You're just waiting for it to break out, get a higher low, and then likely to see this move up to, what's this level? 156.59? Very likely, but you gotta break out, gotta make the higher low. Put spreads are still cheap. Really? Oh, people aren't trying to put those. People aren't trying to short that? That's actually insane to me. These blow off tops, they're not trying to short. Wow. That's crazy. It's actually crazy. So yeah, this looks great on the daily. Probably won't have any resolution until August 11th. So accumulate. As long as you can stay above 85.93, you're kind of chilling. No big deal. You lose 85.93, 71.14 looks pretty good. Porky, you think when crypto kicks off, like stocks, XDC dies or has a good chance? I don't know what the project is, but we're going to be looking at the chart soon. If I remember correctly, it's already pulled back. When things kick off and they start going up, a lot of these random S coins, they're going to do really well. They're breaking out of like weekly downtrends. It's kind of really nice. Have I checked LTC? Nope. Nobody asked for it. No one asked for it. So I guess we can check it out just for you, Cliff. Just for you. And only you. Alright. Okay, let's go ahead and check out Turbo. It's on my watch list. Don't know why I don't just click on it. I'm looking at it too. Jeez. Anyways, Turbo. Turbo looks phenomenal. Honestly, looks phenomenal where it's sitting. I need to get rid of all this other noise. Just get rid of. Just get. I don't got time for that. All right. Anyways, so marking out a couple levels here. Number one is this level right here. Previously was a major resistance before you fell into the abyss. You are now on top of it. Really good start. Really good start to this saga here. You fell below it, you popped up, you're bullishly backtesting it, and the better part, you have this weird little like pocket, which is right there. Weird little pocket, and you got held in the pocket. Got like you're a little Joey. And Mama Kangaroo is carrying you and giving you milk. That's what this thing looks like. It's a tiny little pocket that caught you, and now we're just waiting for the breakout. You happen to have a golden cross. You happen to basically backtest your 200 daily moving average. This is the tightest moving averages on the daily I've seen yet. Check out DAG. All right, so we'll check out some DAG. DAG. All right, we'll check out DAG. BNB already proved how to make your coin not look like poop. The secret is to run it like a stock. Exactly. Corporate buybacks does wonders. Does wonders. Well, yeah, that's all they do. They're like, oh, we got some profits. All right, we're going to buy and burn our token. Great. And, oh, we're hitting all-time highs. How weird. How did that work? And there is another token that is copying their way of doing things, and that is the BitGet token. BGD or something? I don't know. Whatever the BitGet token is, they're doing the same thing as Binance. So if you're going to hang on to any exchange tokens, I would hang on to BNB as well as the BitGet exchange token. They're doing the exact same playbook. It's kind of ridiculous. For all of Twitter out there, this is what they're looking at. So this is for the Twitter people. You're looking for that move right there. Yeah, for Twitter. Anyways, how I look at this is this right here. So right now, I would love it to get back up to 5914, and then get a continuation up to 8801. So right now, as long as we can maintain this pocket, could see a 33 or even could get as high as this 99.86% upside. BGB is the ticker. Yeah, that one. That one. Let's look at LAC stock. All right, we'll look at some LAC. LAC. Still don't know what that thing is. Stocks and crypto seem to be all overbought on the weekly. Did the new narratives cause a pullback, or were they inevitable? I don't know. What came first, chicken or the egg? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I know we looked at the triple bearish divergence on Bitcoin on the weekly, but you know, Twitter didn't. So obviously, it was what's happening with the jobs and like. Honestly, I think the entire market was just searching for a reason, and then they were like handed the gift of World War III, climate change, jobs data, tariffs. They're like, oh, we can do it now. So that's what they did. Realistically, I think that's what it is. People betting on taco trade got crushed. That's true. They did. They did get crushed. All right, so this is what I see out of Turbo. We'll see where it goes. Let's check it on the pumpkin people. We got any chatters over here? Any chatters at all? Any at all? None? None. No chatters over here on pumpkin. It's all good. We're still up 3% on our bonk long. That's great. Up 8% over here. Not bad. We're up 5% over here. We're in the bonk longs, people. We're in the bonk longs. We're in the bonk longs. Anyways. Pengu. This thing better have pulled back hard. I swear. I've been getting asked about Pengu forever. It's working its way to my measured move. Who could have ever thought Pengu could fall? Oh my goodness. It's like I have witchcraft and wizardry. I belong at Hogwarts. Anyways, yeah, we fell. We got support sitting at 0.29896. We got it down there. Their job is their nuance than that. Is more nuance than that? Wait, what? What? Hold on. Dang, Pumpkin Crowd is huge. I guess so. You think the market makers just use the FUD to their advantage? Of course. They always do. Dude. Yeah. I do believe orange is still orange. Yes. So yeah, I see a bit more to the downside for Pengu, but let's see. I don't really see a redeeming quality out of this. I really don't. Real value for Pengu, outside of it being a validator for Solana Network, it's down here. All the way down here. Nobody wants to hear that. But this is where the value is, right? Down here. It's not up where you're at. There's a little bit of support around here. So hopefully it stays above this. This or this. So hopefully it stays above those. But then you have this, now it's a little pocket right here. So you're hoping that it actually holds the pocket. You lose the pocket, it's going to be hard to get back above it. So that's Pengu right now, downtrending and nowhere close to being oversold. Nowhere close. You do have a low stochastic, so there's an opportunity at like a 50% retrace and then possible rollover. You do have a level that could act as a resistance at 38312. So maybe you go up and touch it and roll on over. We have to wait and see. How much leverage are you using on Bonk? 20x. 20x. For the larger one, 15x for the medium one, and 10x on Pumpkin because I have no other option. Actually, it was funny, Damien, during your live stream, somebody was mentioning 10x leverage trading Bitcoin. I died laughing when you read that out loud. I died laughing. I was like, 10x? Why not just spot trade it at that point? Bitcoin? Oh my goodness. And then I have to remember, there are some people who think 10x is a lot. And you know, that's wild to me. It's a wild thing to hear when somebody like, I go 10x leverage on Bitcoin. I'm like, do they think they're flexing? Because I refuse to trade Bitcoin on anything less than 50x. That's so weird. I was simultaneously as you were talking about that, I was shorting Bonk on 25x leverage. I was like, I'm shorting a meme coin. I'm more leverage than he's using on Bitcoin? That's insane. I wondered why Ethereum APY went up. FTX just staked 21k Bitcoin. Weird. Yeah, I saw that news too, and I was like, wow, they're really trying to get some money back after paying people back. It's kind of wild. Kind of wild. Anyways, Pengu, if you didn't catch that, I still believe more downside could be coming. Still looking for this 27986 to play out. We'll see what ends up happening. He might be using a lot of margin, more money at stake. You know, I would think of that, but the Twitter guy going 40x leverage on, what was that, like $200 million? Now that guy's a G. That guy knows what he's doing. That guy lost a lot of money. APY went down. Sorry. Oh, weird. Maybe if you trade high amounts, it's better to use more margin or for less fees. Yeah, but if you want less fees, just limit order. That's really all you got to do. Limit order. But still, Bitcoin moves like 2% in a day. He's only going for 20%. That's it? 20%? Trade something else. Trade Ethereum. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Don't understand. Who is this? James Wynn? Yes, that guy. James Wynn. The GOAT of losing money. Love that guy. Love him. He had conviction. He's like 40x on millions. I just need XDC to hit $2. First bull run, so who knows? You're right, who knows? Maybe. Still don't know what the thing is, but XDC. So hopefully after we look at this chart, we can stop hearing about it in the chat. All right, anyways. You put in a lower high. Unfortunate. Wait, you wanted upside? I don't think upside is really your thing right now, brother. I would be betting to the downside. Looks like some consolidation Consolidation coming your way. Oh boy. And it's not going to be fun either. Your daily, it's deep in that bullish control zone. Your 4 hour, just now entering that bearish control zone. You have a low stochastic. That's what's going to save you. However, let's go ahead and look at what could be happening on the 1 hour. I think that's probably where the discrepancy is. And 1 hour's not oversold. You lost your 50. That's not the discrepancy. Uh-oh. What's your 15 look like? There it is. There it is. It's your 15 that's bending you over a barrel. Dang, that's too bad. Too bad. As of right now, though, for XDC, I would be looking for this right here. Right here to play out. So as of right now, 9275 would be my target. 9275. After that, well, it could get kind of gross. Because the capability of what's possible, it's like an 886. 886 possible. This little range down here, that's kind of where the value is at the moment. This thing could get pooped on. Could get pooped on. Just be careful out here. You lost that sauced up little uptrend there. So there is a capability of this thing falling down somewhere around here. Let's get it right. Keep it tight. Yeah, somewhere around there. So longer term, if it continues falling, you might just see this thing come down to 829. 0829. A nice 13% fumble. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. Trade Intuition thought I was dangerous for using 100x leverage on Bitcoin. I told him I'm dangerous Iceman. That's pretty funny. I like the 100x trades on Bitcoin. I don't like it on Ethereum as much. Ethereum's been moving way too much. I used to love it on both Ethereum and Bitcoin, but man, Ethereum, it's been kind of rough. Been kind of rough with all the volatility. So maybe if we adjust down, it looks better. Maybe, you know. You know, the little thought process here, just maybe you're not broken down. It's that higher time frame that it looked like it was broken down. The higher time frame. Yeah, it's on the 1 hour. So who knows? Maybe you're still in it. Maybe you get a nice little run to the upside. Bearish, you're looking at 13% to the downside. Bullish, could be looking at something else. Daily falling wedge. All you're talking about for the falling wedge on the daily is that this thing could possibly just hang out in this thing for months. Just absolute months. But what you're talking about is this right here. Actually, we're going to use this. There you go. So you're trying to say this rat, you'd anchor it here. So we're also fudging it a little bit by not caring about that. The problem with this, if this is truly a falling wedge, you got overbought on the daily when last time you were overbought was at the peak. Now you are indicating hidden bearish divergence. If you've seen me talk about XRP ever, this causes me to get out of trades. Right away, I leave it, I'm out of there like swimwear. And this thing could drop straight to the bottom. So I don't think we want to talk about the falling wedge too much. I think we want to look at the lower time frames, look at the smaller amounts that you could fall, not the whole big kitten caboodle here. Alright, because if we focus on that, that looks terrible. That looks terrible. When you look at the #1 trading coin on Solana via DEX screener, I will never do that. Wow. I see it's 7.5 hours old and has had a community take over already. I swear that whole thing is a scam. Well, of course it is. That's kind of the point, right? So yeah, if this is the case, a 48% downside, I don't think you want any part of that. I don't think you want that. No, you're saying the last 5 days. Last 5 days? What the heck? You're talking about this? Negative. Negative there, sailor. Negative. You're probably looking at the 4 out. No, you're not. What? There ain't no way you're looking at this little bit right here as a falling wedge. There's no possible way, right? You're sitting here like, hey, we have a falling wedge on a lower high? Ain't no way. There ain't no way. No way you consume any of my content and you thought that. No way. There's no way. I'm the worst teacher. That's all I'm seeing. I'm the worst teacher alive. Holy crap. This is how I learn. This is how I learn I'm terrible at teaching. There's no way. There's no possible way. God damn it. Oh, Jesus. I just assume it's Justin's son. I see him outside my window whenever I go to DEX screener. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. But yeah, lower high on the daily. You got massive hidden bearish divergence. No. Everything looks so bullish, Porky. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. Higher soon? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see, brother. We'll see. We'll see, brother. Yeah, I don't. I'll tell you what. I get more bullish when you break out of this downtrend here. When you break out of that, hey, let's talk. Let's talk about it. We're going up, bro. But until then, nah. Nah. I see some support down here. It's all the way down here, but it's down here. He's the one knocking at my door. Oh, boy. Y'all talking about Justin's son? Sheesh. Let me take a moment here, everybody, because he took time away from his nightly outing. Usually there are werewolves that go out hunting for prey. Well, this man goes out hunting for charts to show you on his live streams. This is Meet Damien. And when he's not doing that, watch out, Latina women. All right, so we have Meet Damien here. He drops his content often. Honestly, don't know what his schedule is. I'm not going to lie. But I do know what his accent is. Yeah. Get over there. Go consume his content. Give him some love and stuff and things and touch his butt. I don't know what he's into. But he goes live on TikTok. Link is right here in his description. Go give him a follow over there. Go give him some likes. Go consume everything. Way better than you consume my content. Maybe his voice will soothe you as you enjoy his stuff. And I lost words to say. All right. Anyways, go check out his stuff. My trade on Bonk. Now it's looking like garbage. We're no longer positive. We're going negative, and it looks like I should be shorting. What a shame. What a shame. The same area has acted as resistance this whole time. I think we're about to go into the dumpster overnight, and maybe we start doing better in the morning. Just maybe. Who knows? Porky has said repeatedly he would rug us, then laugh at the fallout. You're right. You're 100% right. Do not. And I repeat, if I'm marketing a token or I'm telling you to buy my token, don't buy it. It's garbage and I will rug pull. Don't do it. All right? I give plenty of warnings. Tons of warnings. Makes me almost want to make one. When we hit 100,000 subscribers, I will make one and I'll dump it on the community and say, thank you. I'm going for golf. Appreciate the new clubs, team. I won't make one. That's a level of marketing I just don't have in me. What's the narrative to make stocks and BTC go up April 7th? And what will the indicators look like? I'd imagine they'd looking nice. For April 7th? People getting tax returns. We don't need anything else. They'll have money. You realize how far away April 7th is? That's next year. Alright, let's move on from this. Let's go into LTC. I'm totally rugging you guys too. Exactly. Okay, maybe a Porky NFT might be better. Who knows? Who knows? All I would say is buying opportunity, guys. Buying opportunity. Load up your shorts for the buying opportunity here. Oh, that'd be funny. What a strange look here. Nice downtrend, though. Golly, that is a beautiful downtrend. Let's check it out on the daily. Daily, I do see a little bit more downside possible. You have a low stochastic, yes, but you're still not touching that bearish control zone. So I would like it to retrace just a little bit more. However, this is a falling wedge. For those of you looking for falling wedges on the daily, this falling wedge, this is what Twitter gets excited about. Remember, it's all about Twitter. If Twitter's excited, you should be excited. I'd like to take into consideration Rich. That's pretty funny. NFT would be neat, actually. Oh boy, here we are. Damien needs to do some more evening streams. Do it! As long as he's not on the prowl. You know what? IRL. Live stream on the prowl. Make girls feel special. Be like, you want to be my model for the night? Hey. You know what? Yeah, we could all be his wingman. That could work out. Could work out. All right, for the Twitter TA, this is what we're looking at for LTC. LTC looking good, looking great, looking bullish. Woo! Structure. More than 5 days of price action, right? Right. It's a lot of days. I mean, this thing started its structure back on the 23rd. This is like a week and 2 days. It's like 9 days. But yeah, realistically, we're still looking for a $126 move. We haven't gotten there. We're still looking for it. Still looking for it. Porky coin should have a total circulation supply of 69 coins. It's Porky Flounder 64. 5, 65. We're just going 69 all of a sudden. Where'd the extra 4 come from? Don't make no sense. This year, sorry? Wait, what? Yeah, I was expecting some girls in the stream the other day, but he must have struck out. Oh no, that's terrible. Honestly, Damien, that would be kind of crazy to watch the bots whip it around with only 69 coins. That's true. It would be kind of wild. That thing would probably shoot straight up $10,000 a coin. Be like, whoa, look at that. Or better yet, why hasn't a meme coin done it where there's one coin? You can only buy fractions. Like, how many fractions you got? First person to own the coin loses all their money. Damien roast? Oh no. So yeah, we're still looking for this 126, but we could come up to the 886 as well at 131. So still seems like a bit of upside for Litecoin. We'll see when they start pushing it out. You're waiting for the breakout in the backtest. If we don't do that, we have support sitting at 98.18. So we'll see what happens. Sounds like Bitcoin in the future. Yeah, pretty much. Sounds like Bitcoin in the future. Pretty much. Let's check out DAG. No idea what this thing is. Beautiful new day. Geez, 14% upside. Awesome. I've been here before. Go figure. But higher low, we do have an opportunity of a lot of upside. A higher low. So right now it looks like it's aiming at 46432. Let's see how it does with getting there first. If you do get the continuation to the upside, 64463 is the target. You're going to run into a bit of resistance at 18% upside, but right now I'd be looking at 10% more upside at the moment. 18% if you do run into overhead resistance, and then if you get the continuation, a possible 52% rally could be coming your way. Okay, 69 coins, visible by 65 porkies for fractional shares of the coin. That's pretty funny. I love the logarithmic chart for DAG monthly. It's beautiful if it doesn't break down. Well, I'm not going to look at that. I'm just focusing on the short term here for the daily. It looks pretty solid. I'm not going to lie. It looks really solid. Checking it out on the 4 hour, still looks solid. Breaking into that bullish control zone, great. Where's that 200? We're above the 200, even better. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's move on from DAG. Going into LAC, the stock. Lithium, America's Corp. That's just how I feel like you have to say it. We were looking for upside. We went a lot of downside, but we are maintaining support at $2.48. And we're not oversold yet. Go figure. Let's check out our weekly here. Weekly. Yikes. Yikes. This thing still could possibly start trying to rival those lows, but you're still maintaining the uptrend. So things look absolutely fine. Still looking to get up to that $4.11 level. Once you get there, likely to get the continuation all the way up to $6.93. Likely to get that continuation, but you are just scratching the bottom of the trench right now. Just scraping along down there. One area that does kind of not look awesome is the fact that, oh wait, no, you broke out of it. Sweet. Never mind. Was it this? You're broken out of both downtrends. We're good. We're good. We're ready to rock and roll, baby. Ready to rock and roll. If you do get lucky enough to get that nice golden retrace, 1620 is the target. Lithium, as long as we want batteries, this thing should go up. It really should. Porky enables log, and then it magically remains enabled the entire stream. Yeah, because I forget. Therefore, I'm not turning on log. Damn it. I refuse to do it. Anyways, that is all the requests for the evening. This was a much more fun stream. Currently, we are still in our trade for Bonk. We are waiting to see if we're going to get pooped on or not. As for the weekly for Bonk, this is a horrendous weekly candle. So if we do get some nice buying action up to that golden retrace, it'll look less terrible. Looking at it on the daily looks solid. Honestly, it looks solid. So I am thinking we're going to have a very, very positive day for Bonk. That's why I'm in the trade. You're saying earlier BNB has the buy and burn mechanism. PLSX does the same thing. It launched with a bug that 2x the buy and burn. Just said F it and left it in, so it has a burn like 10% of the supply. That's crazy. That's great. If there's a ton of tokens, that's really what you need. Burn that supply. Also, anybody who is wondering why I'm so into Bonk right now, it's because Bonk surprisingly is making money and burning their coins with their new launch pad. When I found that out, I was like, I need to trade Bonk. That's what I need to do, because Bonk, over the weekends, DGen play #1. This thing looks great. So if we have DGens at play for the weekend, we're probably going to see Bonk do some crazy things. Currently is trying to break out of this downward trend here. So let's see this baby work. See it work. Well, BNB also organically generates revenue via the exchange. True. Not saying Richard can't just inject liquidity whenever with his stash. Yeah, that's true. I'm going out tomorrow night, but there's a shortage of Latinas out over here, so I have to settle for snow bunnies instead. Oh boy. Oh boy. You want to know the biggest problem with going out right now? There's no jobs. People can't enjoy themselves. They're going to be stressing about their next meal. There's no buy now, pay later for drinks. Okay. And Mr. Worldwide. Oh boy. Yeah, I heard that they are starting to learn deflationary is better narrative. Yeah, deflationary is kind of the best narrative in an inflationary world. It's the best narrative. It's like your asset will go up in value against an inflationary asset. That makes sense. Makes sense. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to get on out of here. Hopefully you guys join the free Discord. Link is in the description down below. And it's also been popping up in chat nonstop. Make sure you take advantage of all the deposit bonuses, especially over there on ByDFi. They have the best ones right now. You deposit up to 5K, get up to $1,000 in trading funds. $1,000 free dollars, and you get to take all of the wins you get, but you have $1,000 of play money from the exchange that you can literally just make profit off of. So anyways, just a thought, just enjoy. I'm gonna get on out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great evening. I plan on being back tomorrow. We'll see how the markets do. If we just trend sideways and we do nothing, I'm probably just not going to be live. But if we actually get some price movement, hey, I'll be here. All right. Anyways, y'all take it easy. Have a great night. I'm out of here. Deuces, y'all. Keep those stop losses tight. I'll catch you later. Good stuff. Enjoy the weekend, everyone. We will, Jim. We will. We will. Everybody over here on Pumpkin, appreciate you. You're amazing. You're awesome. Y'all are attractive. I'm going to get on out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. We're still long on Bonk.